here's another technique that's very popular with the storybook weddings, but especially on the front cover. You see this technique a lot on the front cover. You'll also see it on the inside, and sometimes done multiple times. Basically what it does is it focuses on the bride's bouquet. And we're going to start with this image here. Basically, the first step is to duplicate the background layer. So I'm just going to press Command J, or on PC it would be Control J to duplicate the layer. So you can see in the layers palette here we have two different layers. Now we need to remove the color. So basically we'll go under the Image menu, under Adjustments, and choose Desaturate. That removes all the color. Now, we're going to use a layer mask technique, so we're going to click on the layer mask icon. It's the second icon from the bottom here in the layers palette. Just go ahead and click it. Nothing happens to your image, of course, but you can see it's added a little layer mask. Now, go get the paintbrush tool, make sure your foreground color is black. See, because what's happened here is, see how white is going to hide the image below. This is going to reveal it when you paint in black. So when you paint in black, look, it brings back the color version of the bouquet. Let's make the brush a little bit smaller there. I'm using that keyboard shortcut I showed you earlier. They hit the left bracket thing. But now we're just going to go and paint in just the bouquet and nothing else. So let's do that right now, shall we? Okay, there we go. I'm not doing a great job of painting in here, but you get the idea. Just takes a few seconds usually. And then if you get to areas like, see there's kind of a leaf hanging out there by itself, just shrink your brush down. I'm hitting the left bracket key a couple of times. And we'll just paint in that one right there. There we go. And just if you need to do any edges, just use a small brush like I'm doing here. That little bit right there. So you thought I was going to let that go, didn't you? All right. There we go. Just kind of get the edges. And again, I'm using a very small brush for these areas. And paint it in, and you can see what a great technique this is for focusing attention on the bouquet. And so make sure you shoot a shot like this. I mean, I almost don't have to tell you that. I know you're going to, but you know. There we go. All right. So that's the initial one. And then what you would do is maybe add a line of type. Let's go. Just click and we'll write in Daniel and Cynthia. September 1st, 2005. Okay, and we'll just slide that over here. And there is an image for your cover. Now, what you can do is, because you'll have to make, this is one that you can only add a little bit of automation to, because every photo is going to be different. So here's what you'll do. Once that image is done, go ahead and save this as bouquet template. I don't know if I spelled bouquet right. Let's look. Close enough. Okay. So there's our bouquet template. Let's save that. Now, there's not much you can do when you get the next file, but I can show you one thing that might help. Here you go. Let's open up the next image. Here we go. So it's another wedding, a different week. And you're going to do the same thing. Duplicate the layer, right? Go and desaturate. All right, let's move this out of the way. Oh, before we move it out of the way, why don't we hit the layer mask icon just for fun? There we go, layer mask icon. Grab your paintbrush and paint over the bouquet. And it comes out like that. All right. And if you need to zoom in, you certainly can. Let's zoom in a bit. She's huge. Okay, hang on. All right, we'll zoom in a little bit. Just get those areas. And, of course, make the brush smaller when you need to for these other areas. Try not to paint on anything but the bouquet. There we go. All right, so that's basically the look right there. Oops. If you do anything wrong, if you make a mistake, if all of a sudden you go, whoops, I didn't mean to paint on her face, switch to white and just paint. It'll paint it right back. It'll basically erase the color. That's the great thing about layer masks. Nothing is permanent. If you make a mistake, switch your color. There we go. And then back to black when you want to reveal color. Okay, let's zoom back out. There we go. All right. So once you have it done, remember the other template we made? Here's what you can do. It's just one little thing. Is you already have their type. The font here, just in case you were wondering, is the font Savoy. Savoy plain. It's a nice script. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that type layer and drag it over into my document. Maybe position it on the door here. And then the quick way to highlight the type is just double click directly on the letter T. Watch. See what highlights your type? And we'll switch it to white. Okay, so it kind of just makes it quicker. And now you change, of course, the bride and groom's name, Anna and Michael. Let's type it right. And then change the date. And you've got a whole new look. We'll close that template. And there, you've got a whole new look for the cover or for a card or for anything you like. So it's just a quick technique. Very, very easy to do, but you can see it's got a lot of impact.